All right, everybody, welcome back into the Golden Tee Lounge. Kevin Lindsay here, although it kind of looks like I'm hiding, but I'm not. Just getting things ready to go here. You are technically seeing the new, yet soon-to-be improved Golden Tee Lounge. It looks familiar in the background, but lots of good plans making their way, hopefully, to a live stream near you. But I promise, a lot of good stuff going on. You are looking at Lake Powell. Well, technically an options menu, but you were looking at Lake Powell, but it is also President's Day, so we are going to do them justice by putting on a fancy hat from one of our fellow presidents, George Washington. Welcome back, my friend. We're going to get you in some nice shorts, maybe a pretty snazzy, look at that, USA bib, perfect. Shoes, I'm not sure what Mr. Washington's feeling, but we are at Lake Powell, so why not go with the socks and sandals? But you're looking at Lake Powell, which is one of our 5 Golden Tee 2020 courses, but the special thing about this is we are in events mode. We are in a commercial event right now. We are in week 2 of World Championship qualifying, so 5 individuals qualified for the World Championships as of 10 a.m. this morning when week 1's results on Coral Ridge were finalized. Of course, nobody on this list is going to be shocking to you. Andy Haas, first place with a 146 under. Evan Gossett, second place, 145 under. Lance Harris, third place, 142 under. Jeff Harlow, 142 under. And then Brian Bernhardt, 141 under. Now, the important thing to note about those scores is that was 5 of their best scores, great shot points, and Golden Tee points combined. And that was on Coral Ridge. Our Golden Tee 97 remastered course just came out about a month ago. But the par on that course is 24 to 26 on a good day. So the fact that these guys were averaging 28 to 29 under to get those top 5 scores is not only impressive, but downright absurd and crazy. But it goes to show you what being in the World Championship means to those guys. Those 5 players have been in their fair share of World Championships. Of course, Andy Haas, a 2-time World Champ. Evan Gossett, the 2018 World Champion. Of course, Mark Stenmark, last year's World Champion, has already qualified thanks to the Tournament of Champions in October for Club Lucky Group. Orlando Ayala qualified in Power Events Little Gun Player of the Year in December. And then Gavin Herron just sealed his spot in the Florida Open a few weeks ago by winning the Purple Bracket. So, week 2, all played on Lake Powell. So, if you are in a prize place state, get to a commercial machine near you. The way events mode works is that whether you play 5 games to try and get qualified or you play 100 or 500, unlike the daily contest, you're not going to have the same setups. But every game you play will be the same as somebody else. So, for example, I am playing game 1 of this week's setup on Lake Powell. The setup and the conditions you see here, so the pins, the tees, the winds, everything will be identical when you swipe into events mode to play your first game. And then what you see on the second and third game of me playing today will also be the same when you swipe in on your second and third game. I want to check something because it's been a little while. Okay. It's been a little while since we've streamed in the Golden Tee Lounge, so I just wanted to triple check some things. But my hope is that we get some really good setups here on Lake Powell, and we can, hopefully show you what to do to potentially get a good qualifying score. But what honestly might happen is me showing you what not to do. We'll see how it goes. Drew, Jason, Gary, Dave, Rick, thank you guys for joining us on Facebook, whether you're watching on Facebook Live, YouTube, or in the Golden Tee Facebook fan group. Let's pull up. I want to make sure I get all the comments, questions, and concerns from our watch group as well. But if you're just joining us, you missed a 20-minute rendition of what's going on in Golden Tee. On the Home Edition side, we also have a weekly event going on. In this week, it is the $$ 3-4. So prizes and entry fees have all gone up for our home edition event this week. $2.50 entry fee. I don't think that one's going to make it because I hit more of the deck than the trackball. But that's all right. I kind of expected that. I heard some players on Golden Tee Fans saying that the first couple of setups on hole 4 are pretty nasty, so that doesn't surprise me that I put it in the water. And Ron, I appreciate the wishes of luck, but I will not be qualifying for the World Championship. What you guys see me do here and throughout the week potentially is just showing you guys what you can do by getting out there and trying to qualify on Lake Powell. And that is because I have plenty of other duties to do at the World Championship. Mostly sit behind the desk, have cold beverages with Adam Kramer, and talk about players playing Golden Tee. But still very important duties that, let's be honest, I wouldn't really give up any other way. Jordan Scott, thank you for joining us, my friend, on Golden Tee Fans Watch Party. Always good to hear from you. $8,600 in the prize pool for this week's contest. That means next Sunday at 12 a.m. Central Time, that is when the final scores will be tallied up, and then they will get finalized over the next few hours. So usually around 10 a.m. Central Monday, once ITNet knows that they have received all of the updates and there wasn't any discrepancies, then we will confirm our next 5 qualifiers. And whether you're playing in events mode or not, you can go to goldentee.com, click on the 2020 logo, and then click events, and you can see the current standings of that leaderboard. And speaking of which, if we do go to that, tell you right now, there is a lot of good scores already just because it is World Championship qualifying time, which means our players are crazy and in the best way possible. Andy Haas already qualified for the World Championship, but not the player to stray away from a $1,000 top prize. 152 qualifying score over his best 5 games. Jeff Lannon, Lemonades in second place at 150. Joe Massara, Mr. Daily Contest himself, 149. Will Sandstead, 148. In fourth place, Brian Bernhardt right behind him in fifth place with a 148 as well. So now that we are on to the more scoreable courses of 2020, you will see much higher scores than those high 140s that we saw with Coral Ridge. I'm actually kind of scared to see what the scores will look like by next Sunday, and I mean scared in a good way because I knew the qualifying scores on Coral would be low or high, depending on how you read that. But I didn't think they would be a 29 average on a 25 par course. So leave it to our players. A lot of them I'm friends with. For better or worse, leave them to be the crazy ones to shoot ridiculous scores. But again, it goes to show you what getting in the World Championship means, even for some of these players that have been around these tournaments and know they're going to qualify one way or another. Being in that first group of players to qualify through traditional commercial events, it still means a lot to those guys. So, it's been a while since I've played Golden Tee. It's been a busy week since getting back from the Florida Open. So you're going to probably see some iffy scores for me so far. But, like I said, if you go to goldentee.com, you click on the GT 2020 logo, and then click on events, you can see that $8,600 prize pool, the timer that says there's 6 days, 4 hours left, and then you can check out your scores and any of the other players who have already played their 5 games. We are only, 15 hours into the first day, and nearly 50 players have already played those 5 games to get themselves potentially qualified. Even if you don't end up in the top 5 with a qualifying score, you still get 30 tees, but also $8,600 in the prize pool spread out through 300 spots. So definitely some stuff to go after, even if you don't think you can get one of those top qualifying spots. Our home edition owners, your 10 spots are coming up for grabs in the beginning of March. I know a lot of you are clamoring for more details about the other qualifiers. Those will come out throughout the week this week, I believe. I think we have all of our ducks in a row finalized and all of our legal boxes checked. So non-prize play states, money shot contest, of course, is coming back. We have some fun things that will be revealed for the Orleans. Closest to the pin is coming back, because why wouldn't we invite 120 of you players plus to just come hang out Friday night in Orleans? But potentially some other qualifiers at the Orleans as well. But I've already said too much. You'll find out more over the next few weeks. Design a Hole contest also starts this week. So if you have never heard of the Design a Hole contest, or maybe you're a new fan to Golden Tee or even the Golden Tee golf game for Apple and Android devices, Design a Hole is exactly how it's described. You design your hole, whether it's on a piece of paper, a bar napkin, a 3D sculpture, an actual 3D outline in a modeling software like 3ds Max. Whatever it takes for you to get your favorite design out of your head and onto some form of I was concentrating on my 5 hybrid. Basically, whatever you can do to get your design to us, whether you mail it to us at 200 Corporate Woods Parkway, Vernon Hills, Illinois 60061, or send it to designahole@itsgames.com. I believe we have over 2 months of Design a Hole opportunities, so plenty of opportunity to get not only your design featured in Golden Tee 2021 that comes out in the fall, but you also win a Golden Tee Home Edition, which is big news. I don't think this is going to get there, but my game is already lacking, so we're just going to try it anyways to provide some excitement to this stream. Actually, that did get there. All right, high tee, and 10.5 driver. I am using the Grabber golf balls. At least I can do one thing right when it comes to this live stream. Rick on YouTube, I appreciate it, says, Kevin, you should pitch this idea to Adam. A raffle, and the winner gets to play a Dream GT round with celeb Kevin Lindsay, and $1 ticket. It would make $50 million. Rick, if that was the case, I would have already done it, and I would be a millionaire and retiring by now. Oh, bad shot. Good shot followed by bad shot. That is Kevin Lindsay in a nutshell. CRU Jones, thank you for joining us on YouTube. Some new faces. Beatman, good to hear from you as always. Tim Iverson says, love having one in my basement. Well, I appreciate that, because it's I always love hearing that. So if you've never thought about getting Home Edition, you can go to home.goldentea.com. It's basically the same exact thing that you can kind of see right here, just without the bill acceptor. And honestly, there's not too much that you don't get at this point. Now that we have events mode for the Home Edition owners, please hit the dirt. Oh, look at that. It hit the rock, which means bye-bye. Tough setup there. Not as bad as the 2020 Florida Open. Not as bad as this drop. Let's see if I can hit... Nope, I hit the rock again. I was trying to be cute and hit the dirt. Oh, well. This is why I'm not going to be qualifying for the World Championship. Let's just throw it out there. There we go. That's what I wanted to do. Shot of the day? Nope. Zach asks if there's a preferred way to receive Design a Hole submissions. Oh, come on. We had multiple opportunities for Shot of the Day. Didn't get one. But I prefer when you send us beautiful high-res PNGs or JPEGs, because then I can copy them right out of the email, put them in our PowerPoint for the team to break down and dissect. But I'm not in charge of Design a Hole PowerPoint this year. That is Travis's job, so I don't care how you send it. Send it by snail mail. I will scan it. We will scan it. It's been a while since... It's probably been a few years. This is my 4th Design a Hole, and I don't think anybody's ever sent in a crazy sculpture like they used to. doesn't really matter how you design your thought of a perfect golf hole. New record, because this is a clean hard drive, but awful scores. So we're going to play a couple more events. It's only 7 o'clock Chicago time, and it's the beginning of the week, so you got plenty of time to get in those 5 qualifying scores. Now, once you swipe in, it'll tell you how many games you've played to qualify. I've only played 1, which you guys just saw, so boom, there we go. John Tortora, thank you for joining, my friend. Eric, I believe the 9.5 degree driver will get there. I just wanted to hit the 10.5 degree because I felt like the 9.5 would hit the green and just kind of soar off. Kirk also saying he loves his home edition. Appreciate it. I know Kelsey and Josh and our customer service team, do a lot to make sure you guys are happy with it. Shout out to Adam Kramer, who also puts in some time to create those home edition events. If you guys have suggestions, if you own a home edition, on types of contests you want to see, I know we're starting to slowly but surely dip our toes a little bit deeper in the water when it comes to messing around with the what we can potentially do with home edition events now that we've been doing it for so long. But feel free to shoot us an email, shoot me a message on Facebook, shoot Golden Tee a message on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, etc. Go on the Home Edition website and send us an email. Whatever you need to do to communicate us. We always love hearing suggestions from you guys. They do sometimes, if they're good enough, eventually get implemented. But, it is good to connect with you, ladies and gents, every once in a while. I believe in less than 3 weeks we have the Wisconsin Open coming to you straight from Sussex, Wisconsin. Hold on, this might be a really good shot. We better take it in while we can. Damn it. Only great shot points. But the National Golden Tee Tour's next event takes place the first weekend of March. March 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th. Alright. No chance this gets there. But thought it was worth it again. Beatman, not sure when the next live stream is going to be. Most likely will probably be on Wednesday for our Home Edition friends. It has been a while because we were moving the Golden Tee Lounge around, and then between various trips and the Florida Open, it kind of makes it difficult with all that traveling to get back in the lounge all the time. But promise you, although I'm playing poorly, it does feel good to be back.
I've seen worse, but this is not where you want to be.
Feel like somebody commented on a post, but I can't see it for some reason. Thanks, Facebook.
There's no way.
Yes, I'm always pumped to go to these Golden Tee tournaments because look at this. I'm a Golden Tee player who's been playing almost 25 years, as I will get made fun of by Steve Sobel, but basically since I could stand at a cabinet deck way back in the day. And obviously this will be my 4th year going to these events as part of IT. Can I get a hole in one, please? Ah, damn it. But honestly, I said it on the live stream at the Florida Open when talking with Brian Bernhardt and Chris Longino and The Mouth and plenty others. We're meeting more and more new people at these events, each and every event we go to, and it makes it so hard to keep up with faces and names. Also because I'm awful at that, if I'm being real frank.
My last vacation wasn't that far.
Almost as bad as my Golden Tee game looks right now. But the fun thing is that we had almost 20, I think it was 30, almost 30, 28 or 29 new players at the Florida Open, which is crazy. So if you guys want to get more information on our next national event, which comes, like I said, March 6th through the 9th in Sussex, Wisconsin, $11,000 added $10,000 is added by Stefan, who owns the Sussex Bull. He's been a part of Golden Tee tournaments up there for, geez, I don't know, probably 6 or 7 years now. He's been part of the Power Events GT Tour for a few of them now. Great host, wonderful location. Oh, not a good shot. I can't walk, talk, and chew gum at the same time like I used to, apparently. But the fun thing about all these locations that we've been to for so long is that people remember you for hopefully for good reason. I know a lot of the staff always remember me for good reasons, but when you have such a big event like a National Golden Tee Tournament, especially now where you're qualifying somebody for the World Championship, these things get bigger and bigger every year, and honestly, they're getting bigger and bigger with every tournament. We had 138 total for Florida, I believe, and that was after some weather issues that did cause a few people to not be able to make it. So honestly, you know, when you have 155 players signed up and you have weather issues and only 138 can make it, honestly, the 175 plus total we had there all weekend long at Sidelines was great. So if you had never been to one, highly, 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 that hurt my hand, highly recommend going to one, because it's one of the best ways to not only play more and get better, but also to play more with better players than yourself and to learn so much from people like Mark Stenmark, Andy Haas, The Mouth, Brian Bernhardt, all these guys that you know, have played Golden Tee for so long and done it so well. Always willing to sit down, well, not sit down, but hang out, have a cold beverage or two, play some tee, and try to teach you what they know best. But now that I feel like the infomercial segment of the live stream is over, hopefully I can focus on not playing such bad Golden Tee, because again, this is why I'm not qualifying for the World Championship. Justin, appreciate you guys hanging out and watching from Denver. I keep putting myself in really weird situations, and it's not going well for me. For those of you that are just joining us, we are taking a look at Lake Powell, this week's weekly event in commercial, qualifying for the World Championship. I am on game 2, so all the conditions you are seeing right now will be the same as your second game in this week's event. If you can go back in time, which you can once this stream is over, you can check out the setup from game 1, and then when you get out there and swipe in for the very first time in commercial events, you are going to see the same setup as I am playing through here. And then when we go on to game 3, we will we'll check out the same conditions, etc. It's being suggested to me that I play the stouts, which is hilarious. I don't think I've ever actually played a game with the stouts before. There's not really a shot here. I just thought I would try to mimic one of the first shots of the week I remember seeing on this course. Power gravity? Nope, we're going wet.
It's not a good line, Jim. How do you make the best of this?
Call for one with a par putt.
If you have not heard all the buzz about the stout golf balls that do take away a significant portion of the wind, I'm not going to tell you about it here because it's way too funny. You need to just go read on it yourself at Golden Tee Fans Facebook group.
Peter, what's this look like?
Players keep these shots close.
Not sure why that ball went in the hole.
In the cup, Peter.
Basically, the stouts are a golf ball that diminishes a significant portion of the wind, and the discussion, since so many top players are using them, or a small percentage of top players are using them, such as Lance Harris, Paul Taylor, Chris Brewer, who just won the Florida Open, Adam Harris, who took second place at the Florida Open, etc. It's just opening more eyes to the different golf ball options, and you know, some people don't believe that it's in the best interest of players, and some people use it as a really good learning tool. I'm not here to say which is better, because I honestly don't know.
There's a pin seeker.
Call for one.
Ah, there we go. Rob Smith with the idea of the day. Starts. Combo of stouts, streaks, and darts. There we go. No wind, extra distance, and just precision stopping.
It's time to check in.
Oh, don't worry, Kenny. It's not really a secret of who actually plays stouts. Most people are pretty open about it.
Jim Nance will start us off.
You know, it's there's 20 plus options for golf balls. You know what? Just to entertain you guys, I will use stouts, and I honestly don't think I've ever used them before. So, this probably won't go well.
Call for one.
Also don't have a, it's not custom, so I don't have a, what do you call it? Don't have a custom trail for my caddy app, but just for you guys, I will see what happens. Now, this isn't really a good comparison because I don't normally shoot terrible scores on Lake Powell. I normally shoot 25 to 28 on this course. I've just been talking and focusing less on my actual play. So, this might be skewed. But we'll see how this goes.
He'll be happy with this. Call for one with a bid for eagle. Call for one, ready to hit. There's a little razzle-dazzle on this ball. Call for one with a putt for bird. Call for one from the tee box.
See if the stouts can help me get to the green. I don't know if it was the stouts or the fact that it was only 382 to the green, but
Ready to
we're there. And I missed the putt. That's amazing. That is Kevin Lindsay to a T. Clint, you actually just missed a discussion. I switched to the stouts just to entertain everybody. I've never ever used the stouts before, so we'll see how it goes.
Respectable drive. Should be a good shot from this line.
It's a hell of a hop. I didn't realize that.
That saved the putt. Ready to tee off. It's call for one.
See, the other thing that doesn't help me is I am not a thumb putter. I can barely hit my shot straight as it is when pulling back.
Count it.
But just for you guys,
The tee.
because I love you all so, so much, I will, I'm doing this.
Time to get back
Look
to
at
the
that.
grass. That ball put the perfect amount of brakes on.
Tell you what the stouts haven't done. They haven't helped my terrible chipping.
Let's watch the tee shot of golfer one. Golfer one. Now putting. That's a two and the birdie. And now the tee shot of golfer one.
What else do we have going on here before I forget? Now, come on. Why did that bounce to the left? I would love to know.
Whoops. That's not good.
Man, that's the roughest flat-looking surface I've ever had my entire life.
That won't help.
This is bad, Jim.
Not blaming the stouts, blaming the green. Great shot points, though.
Golfer one.
Josh, home edition qualifier info is public and starts early March.
On tee now. It's golfer one.
There will be a weekly event of some sort. We're finalizing those details now. But it's going to be very similar to what you see on the commercial side. Very first ace on stouts? Ah, almost.
Golfer one with an eagle attempt. Golfer one.
All right, so far so good. Again, not doing better in my opinion because of the stouts. Doing better because I'm kind of focusing. That was the first good example of the, I did an A1 and it didn't affect my shot as much, which is something that I knew but I wasn't ready for. But that's okay.
Just what he wanted.
Well, indeed. Golfer one at the tee.
See, I think I'm going to chalk today up as
Oh, brother.
just awful gameplay. And yes, Bob, Lake Powell is this week's qualifier. Oh, I'm sorry. What? I've never seen... That's amazing. I've never seen it hit the side of the cup, bounce off the stick, and come out. That's honestly a first for me.
Golfer one ready to hit.
But yes, Lake Powell is the qualifying course. I'm really just finding every way to screw up this course today. I'm just throwing it out there. Awful garbage. But Lake Powell is this week's qualifying course. That's actually what we're playing right now in events mode is Lake Powell, the World Championship qualifier. Best 5 games over the course of this week until Sunday as the clock strikes 12 a.m. Central Time. Yes, wind at my back does not help either. I did know that. I just didn't pay attention very well.
Golfer one to strike the ball.
That's why the short game is so important.
Somehow made my 5 hybrid chipping a little bit better.
And now the tee shot of golfer one.
All right, again, I don't recommend this. Don't recommend this at home, but I'm going for it because my game is awful already, which I feel like I've said multiple times. Again, I am using stout golf balls to entertain some of those in the crowd, so the wind is not going to affect my shots as much, but
Golfer one. This is for ball.
we will switch back to the grabbers for hopefully a better playing experience because this is
Golfer one.
pretty awful. As you can tell, again, first time playing with the stouts.
Thoughts?
Just a short backswing on this.
Boo. Definitely stopped very slowly.
This one.
Not sure why, but appreciate it.
Golfer one from the tee box.
Again, I'm just going to hit everything very soft today, apparently. Although that time I didn't go in the water.
Golfer one with a birdie effort. Teeing it up.
Not very World Championship qualifying like of me.
Not the best line here. Hitting from the deep center.
Alright, so that was streaks, but again, my play has been awful for a long time. Specifically the last few weeks.
Not a good lie at all.
So I can't really say whether streaks would be better or worse, or excuse me, whether grabbers would be better or worse. But we will play one more game before we get out of here today. Maybe even a second game if I get my head out of my ass.
It's check-in.
But we'll see if that actually happens or not.
Jim and Peter will call the action from Lake Powell.
Also, if you guys haven't done so already, you can get to the GT Caddy app. We have our second sale of the clothing blowout. So a lot of the new clothing from GT 2020, if you haven't unlocked it all, or even if you have, there are some extras in here. Get to the GT Caddy app. I don't know if you can see it, but click the sale button. If not, acknowledge pop-up when it comes up. Boom. More than 40 items for the special price of $9.99. There is my cheap plug. All right. I use the stouts. Now I'm going back home to my golf ball, the grabber, and I'm actually going to shoot a score that makes it look like I play Golden Tee pretty well and not whatever the crap I've been hitting earlier.
That's quite a drive.
Doug, Titans are a good golf ball. I did enjoy them when I used them. Just too much hop for me. I know it's Mouth is a big proponent of the Titans. Basically, it's the streaks with more of a bounce. I'm just very old school, and I mean old school in the sense that I don't play a lot of Golden Tee unless it's on the stream here for you guys. So I'm sticking with the grabbers, which is what I've switched back to now. Which is going to be weird trying to remember after the one game of stouts trying to play without the wind. Now I got to go back to it. Matt, I appreciate you calling the 27. I'm going to go 29. Should have put bite on there. That could have been an ace, but as long as I don't miss silly putts, should be good, I hope. Which I feel like is something I've said plenty of times. So even 377, mostly because I had that 8-mile-an-hour wind in my face. Beatman, thanks for joining us. Good luck on Beals Creek mixed up. So that was the one thing I was worried about is that 8-mile-an-hour wind in the face. Still, because I'm switching back to the grabber, is going to punch that the distance down a little bit, which isn't a big deal. Should have saw that coming. Ooh. Man, I wasn't kidding when I said I was going to play some really awful Golden Tee today.
This is a nice line. Wow, that was dead on.
Golfer one, for birdie. Ready at the tee. It's golfer one.
Yes, I've done it. The only good thing to come out of this live stream is that, which I'm going to YouTube, but I don't trust you all, so I got to hide my information here. Definitely making that a shot of the day, because boy, was that awful. Absolutely. I can't even describe this. Like, this is so bad, but so good. There was like 2 seconds after I hit that shot, I'm thinking, wow, is that actually going to bounce off and go into the hole? That's hilarious and amazing. Now let's see if I can follow it up with another hole-in-one, or just not a shot in the water. That's actually all I'm happy for.
Nice chip.
Oh, man.
Golfer one.
That was, this is an interesting tee box. Again, I've not played a lot of Golden Tee outside of the contest and live streams, so pardon my ignorance when it comes to some of this stuff.
Golfer one for birdie.
I still can't believe that actually went in. That is pretty hilarious. I feel like I had in 2017, because I almost made it a shot of the week, I had a really disgusting shot on hole 17 of Richard King's favorite snow course, Tundra Peak. And I believe that did make it in shots of the week because it was just that bad. And very rarely do I ever hit shots like that or ever even consider myself for shot of the week or shot of the day. Shot of the day. But man,
Golfer one. Pennies the putter. It's in the hole. Great birdie.
I just can't get over that shot. That is pure,
One on the tee.
pure gold. Another hole in one? Calling it.
You're
All right,
looking happy,
don't
boys.
call my shots ever again.
Golfer one. Trying the eagle.
Still though, that is
Golfer one at the tee.
that is awfully hilarious. Speaking of shots of the week, if you guys are just joining us new to Golden Tee or just want to hear me say it, make sure you're always sending your greatest shots to YouTube.
Watch the roll on this one.
You never know when you might get featured in Shots of the Week. And, we have 15,000 cabinets across the U.S. and Canada that are showing those shots. Thousands of people see them on social media each week. So make sure that when you hit a good shot, you click the send to YouTube option. You send it to us on Golden Tee's Facebook at Golden Tee, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Twitch, Mixer, etc. I don't know. I'm sure there's somewhere else I'm forgetting. But we get, I don't know what the actual number is. I'll have to get a new estimate, but we get thousands and thousands and thousands of YouTube shots each day. So obviously we don't have the ability to go through every single one of them. Thank you. That was just, we're just going to keep the bad shots rolling here. I'm not going to YouTube that. But when you guys hit a shot, make sure that you send it to us, because if you send it to us, there's a better chance that it gets featured. If you pester us on Golden Tee Fan or other social medias, there's also a good chance you get featured. It's just hard when you have hundreds of thousands of shots come
Too bad, Jim.
through to the servers each day. You can't obviously see them all.
Good one.
Golfer one.
All right, so now we're just back to the point where this game means nothing.
Golfer one. Ready to hit.
I've already hit my really cool hole-in-one for the month. We will play one more because I'm really disappointed at my poor play.
Good putt.
Returning to golfer one.
Come on. My 5 hybrid does not like me anymore. I feel like every time I live stream, I've just been getting lip outs like crazy.
Golfer one at the tee.
He put it in a good spot. That's a nice tee shot.
Could the wind come into play here?
There's a strong wind in your face. That's going to knock some yards off.
That made it to the dance floor.
Honestly, Josh, it really isn't.
Trying for birdie.
I was also on vacation the last 4 days, which doesn't happen very often, so chalk up the rustiness to that. Man, now I'm just right down the tubes. Right down the
This
tubes.
is a terrible line.
See if my 5 hybrid will help me out here. Nope, not really.
To the pin.
Nick, thanks for joining.
Golfer one. This to St. Paul.
You're not really watching anything crazy. It's I had a really awesome hole-in-one that will probably become shot of the week material very soon, if not this one as well. Oh, I got stuck on the wall. I thought there might have been a chance. But this is events mode. This is a commercial event. Best 5 scores of the week combined. Great shot points, score, golden tee points. The best 5 combined will not only win a $1,000 top prize, but also win themselves a qualifying spot in the Golden Tee World Championship, which, if you don't know already, shame on you, but I'll forgive you. June 12th through the 14th at the Orleans Hotel and Casino in Las Vegas, Nevada. If you have not had the chance to be there with us in 2018 or 2019, very, very much worth it. These games are a little rough around the edges, but
Identification time.
because I like you guys so much, we will play one more before we get out of here.
Jim and Peter are ready for golf from Lake Powell.
Excuse me.
Welcome to Golden Tee, everybody. Let's hope we won't need options to cut down any trees.
Hopefully it saved the Graver golf balls.
Didn't hold back there. What a drive. The lie is good.
There we go.
The shot.
Feels so good to me. Alright. 20 under, or I'm never live streaming a game of Golden Tee ever again in my entire life. Just because I can't handle a 5th game of playing poorly. He says as he almost puts in the bunker on hole 2. Yeah, there we go. We're now we're cooking. We're doing a little bit better as, you know. You know, we've got, like I said, I'm shooting 20 under or better, which is usually a typical score for me. But I do appreciate the fact when I hit that, I'm like, there's a chance that actually might one-hop in. And I'm very happy that it actually decided to do that. Can we follow it up with the ace? No, because I didn't put bite on it. I was too slap happy.
Great one.
Jonathan, Nick, I appreciate the kudos. I also have 2 Band-Aids on my finger. Let's just blame it on that. Couldn't do good Golden Tee things. Because I have a good score, I'm going to play it safe, and I'm not even going to try to drive this one. Matt, I am getting there. I am getting ready. It's been so busy, which I don't even mean it in a bad way. Just been so dang busy that I forgot WrestleMania is almost here. Oh, that should have went in, by the way. Should have been a mini ultra shot. But the nice thing is, I'm back technically on par pace, although that hole, I don't know if you really consider that. It's a 380 look, so tough to get there, even if you're stouts or streaks.
Never in my wildest dreams, Jim.
Golfer 1 from a great lie in the fairway.
Ugh. Now, because I have those super spin irons, I put no spin on there because I was worried I would hit it. If I put bite on there, I would hit it too far, hit the rock wall, and then be putting for birdie, or excuse me, for eagle, or in the water. Hey, no rock walls nearby that I could bounce off of for the ace here, but that's okay.
So sure, Peter.
Ooh! Thought we were already going to screw up, but
Golfer 1 from the tee.
so far so good. See, now I just got to play it safe. And by play it safe, I mean hit it poorly.
This is an in-between shot. Can't put too much on this.
Don't go wet. Don't go wet. Stop. 20 bounce rule save me. Yeah. Now, I very rarely use my lob wedge, so I kind of expected that.
Golfer 1.
going to take the par and move on and pretend like none of this ever happened.
Call for one on tee. Go for one. Miss left for birdie. Go for one on tee.
All right, so not a spectacular score. I did have a really cool double eagle earlier, but
Great try. That one stayed up a
there's
long
still
time.
10 holes left to go.
Peter is the winner.
See if we can
This breeze will take the
pull out this one for double eagle to close out the front 9, as bad as it may be. Oh, come on, almost. Danny boy, good to hear from you, my friend. All right, so
Call for one is
that's what I'm going to describe the front 9. Much better than the first 4 front 9s I had, which kind of goes to show how the first couple of streams went.
Okay, he's got a chance from there.
call for one. A chance for eagle. Let's watch the tee shot of call for one.
I have not driven hole 11 in a really long time. I know a lot of people have been sending in shots of the week. Worthy hole-in-ones here.
For one on the green, trying for eagle.
Ooh, I almost thought I was going to miss the putt there too, because that would be the Kevin Lindsay thing to do.
Now the tee shot of call for one. Take out the putter. Golf for one. This for birdie. That's in the cup. On tee now. It's golf
Jordan
for one.
asks, are you even trying? Well, yeah, not really. I don't want to say I'm not trying, but it's been a while since I played Golden Tee, so I'm a little rusty. And honestly, the couple of times I did play when I was in Florida was mostly closest to the pin.
Here it is.
So
Golf for one with a shot at eagle. Ready to tee off. It's golf for one.
Well, it's not the worst line.
all right, let's see. Will this go? Yeah, there we go. David, yes, the World Championship qualifiers typically happen around the same year. You know, this is the second year of doing this through events mode for commercial qualifiers, and then this is the first year for home mission qualifiers to go through events. But we typically try to have them around the same time for consistency's sake.
Golf for one with an attempt at birdie.
Danny boy, I'd love to know what people are getting on hitting on hole 4 for it to be a 29 par. Jonathan, thank you for joining, my friend. Appreciate it as always. You're going to miss out on this really awesome hole-in-one I'm about to hit, but I forgive you. Oh, come on. That should have easily fallen down right into the cup for another ridiculous hole-in-one, but that's all right.
Call for one on tee. He'll be putting. Golf for one.
All right, so a little rusty this week, but much better game now. If you are just joining us, don't ask. Pretend like you didn't see the first few games. So, this is the first 5 games of events mode this week on Lake Powell. Top 5 players with their combined 5 scores, great shot points, and gold tee points at the top of the leaderboard at goldentee.com/events. by the end of Sunday, 12 a.m. Central Time, as we roll into next Monday, will seal their spot into the Golden Tee World Championship. We will have plenty of more streams coming throughout this week, maybe even some more Lake Powell, because honestly, that 27 was nice. First 4 games we're not going to talk about because that was awful. But for more information, you go to goldentee.com/worlds or Golden Tee on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Twitch, Mixer, etc. From the Golden Tee Lounge, I'm Kevin Lindsay. Thank you guys for joining us. We will see you next time.